Hi, can you tell me what's your name and what you do?
My name is Sanam Yar. I'm a journalism student at Columbia.
Cool. So, what's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie is Pan's Labyrinth. It's by this Spanish, I think he's Spanish director, Guillermo del Toro, and I think it's just this fantastic fairy tale, but also entrenched kind of in a historical context as well, and it's really beautiful and just the most aesthetically lovely movie that I've ever seen in my life. I still think about it to this day.
So, Pan's Labyrinth is like a really haunting movie. Can you tell me about any particular scenes that have stuck with you or characters?
For sure. So there's this one scene that's really famous, and it's the main little girl, she's the main character. She's in this kind of other world, and there's this creepy little monster sitting at the end of this beautiful feast. And she gets specifically instructed, don't touch any of the food on this feast or the monster will get up and see you and eat you. And of course she can't resist, and she touches the feast, and then the monster takes its hands like this, and it's the most horrendous, visual ever, and it's such a scary point in the movie. You really have to see it to kind of understand.
Sweet. So what about TV shows? Tell me about a TV show that you really enjoy.
I really like Stranger Things. It's all on Netflix, so you don't have to wait week by week. I mean, I've had a chance to binge watch it all yet. I've watched I think 3 episodes, but it's just very compelling. I love the ode to 80s cinema and Spielberg, and the kids are obviously really fun to watch because the acting is actually surprisingly good for child actors. Yeah.
So, what else do you like to do in your spare time? What about a book? Tell me about the last book that you read.
Oh man. Since entering J school, I have not had as much time as I would like to read for leisure, which is kind of, sad. But, I mean, what was the last book that I read that I actually really enjoyed? Oh, that's so hard to answer. Probably, I reread Slaughterhouse-Five. That's one of my favorite books, so I kind of always go back to Vonnegut. I think there's something about the way he writes. It's very clear, and it's dryly funny, and I don't know.
Alright, so do you read magazines? What type of magazines do you like to read? Or growing up before J school, what sort of news or publications did you enjoy?
Yeah, I think a lot of the just magazines in particular, I've always enjoyed fashion magazines. I really liked the coverage that Teen Vogue was doing. I liked Nylon, again, rest in peace, the print editions of both those magazines. But I also like in the New York Times, they have this Modern Love column that I really enjoy. I would read that regularly. And I also like The Atlantic, a lot of the essays, and the New Yorker essays as well. It's just, you can kind of find everything there, from really serious stuff to really lighthearted stuff as well, or in the New Yorker, so, yeah.
And having been to New York, have you been to any museums or tourist spots that you really like, or maybe a restaurant or a bar, since we're on the subject of culture?
Yeah, I went to MoMA, thinking, me and my brother, when I first moved in, were here, and he wanted to go to the Met, and I was so clueless that I thought the Met was MoMA, and so we accidentally went to MoMA, and I felt so bad for dragging him out there, because that was not his scene. He wanted to see the mummies and the Egyptian exhibit. So, yeah, we accidentally went there, but I enjoyed myself. We had a good enough time, and then I took him out to a restaurant to make him feel better after about that mistake I made.
Alright, so final question. What type of food is your comfort food? What is your go-to comfort food?
Lasagna. It's very comforting. It's just like a bowl of warmth, and it doesn't judge you. It's great.